Hello, how are you doing? This is a game I played on free internet chess servers. It's a game between myself as the white pieces, and I would turn up my monitor a bit, but maybe I'll make another different video for this at another time. Here I am with the white pieces playing the Caro Kann against DragonWasp, and he has a rating of 1352 at this point. At this point in the game, he played c6. That's the beginning of the Caro Kann defense, which is it's a pretty solid opening. And this is what I played. I played f4, which is considered very quirky, kind of offbeat. I don't usually do this. Now I'm trying this out, and I'm thinking, well, I'm gonna get the king side pawn center, and he's gonna get the queen side pawn center. So at this point, I realize, whatever, he's just gonna do what he's gonna do. So he carries on with a g6, kind of like a Najdorf shape here, except it's not a Sicilian. So after g6, I play knight f3, guarding off all the squares on my king side. Rybka gives knight c3 is a little bit better. Bishop g7, bishop c4. Here, Rybka suggests b5 or d5. That's what he played, d5. I don't have to take. In fact, Rybka recommends I play bishop b3 and sack the pawn, and then carry on with knight g5 and knight c3 to scoop it back out and get a little bit of an attack going here on his f7 square. So that's pretty good. But I didn't see that. It's a quick game. It was 2:12, 2 minutes, 12-second increment. Here I captured, so it's just the opening. This is kind of standard. It looks like what's usually, except for the f4 square, the f4 pawn. So here, knight c6, good and solid, because there's a backlash here if I do something stupid, like try to go after out on e5. That would be dumb. But you have to take it. I took a few seconds to look at this and think, well, okay, that stuff doesn't work, and if I castle, then he comes queen a5 check. But whatever, So I played a4, but that's not what Rybka read. That's not what the program recommends. Here he played bishop g4, and I wasn't too concerned about that, though the computer recommends I play h3 here. I want to keep h3 and d2 virginal for this type of system. It's not a perfect expert master system, but it works. So here I castled. I can castle. He should have played queen b6 according to the computer, but he played h5. That's pretty good. Here it gives like the tiniest advantage to black, the computer claims. Here I move my king out, moves his knight out. The computer recommends he played f6 there, whatever. A knight c3. That's a decent development move. That's recommended by the computer. He missed knight f5, but this is good too. Here, the computer recommends I should take, but I was like, that's not my style. I don't just give up my bishops, and he's got a pretty good pawn power on the queen side center there if I take. So I played bishop e2. This was kind of dumb. He captured my knight. He gives up bishop for knight here. So much reason, But it's still advantage black here. Small, tiny advantage black. Here he played e6, that's right. I played rook b1, planning on b3 and bishop b2 or bishop a3. He castles kingside. I played b3. He plays his rook out to c8, just developing his back rank there. Pretty good. Pretty solid. There's not much here. Bishop e2, defending my f4 pawn from his queen attack on c7. That was essential. But the computer recommends bishop a3 first, right before that move, as a Zwischenzug. type move, but I don't really see that accomplishing anything. It's probably got something in its analysis and evaluation that says the f7 pawn isn't defended by a rook, is worth a little bit less, but probably there's nothing tactical there explaining why bishop a3 is better than bishop e2 here. You don't really need the bishop a3 yet. Besides, I want to keep my bishop opposing his bishop, my dud bishop on b2 against his stud bishop on g7, both on the long dark diagonal. Here he gets knight f5, a nice niche square for his knight, but d2 pawn is still on d2, holding down e3 for my white pieces, and h2 is not been played h3, so he doesn't have knight g3 check, winning my rook for his knight, the exchange. So this is pretty good. This is pretty good. Things I don't want to play here. I don't want to play my d pawn. I don't want to play my h pawn right on this move. I gotta get things organized and in place. And in fact, Ribka agrees exactly 100% with the move I just played, bishop d3. Even though it's hemming in that d2 pawn, and teachers and masters will tell you, oh, that's bad. Well, it is in the first 3 moves, but at this point in the game, I've kept those so virginal that they're essential to my position because I have played f4, which is a very dangerous move. Most players will tell you, bringing out your f king pawn, it's got tons of holes in that idea, and I'm sure Ribka would rip me to pieces with this, but this guy's less than 1400. Here agrees with my move again. I looked at the variations here. It was really important to look at this and see, okay, I have to get my knight and my bishop organized, right? And my knight can't sit there. But the queen is bearing down with the rook, and on my c2 pawn there, right here, and the knight too. So the knight could grab that, right? But then I bring my rook to c1. His knight is pinned,